7th December, 1941. It was the last day of history after which the world map was going to change forever. There was going to be a disaster at the base of the US Navy, which no one knew about. An African-American cook in the battleship Doris Miller serves breakfast to the Navy officers as soon as the sun rises and then starts working on their laundry collection. At exactly 7:57 in the morning, Doris hears a siren. That siren, which probably no sailor wants to hear in his service. He immediately goes out and is surprised to see that the sky is full of Japanese bomber aircraft. As soon as he blinked, it was as if a disaster had struck the entire naval base, because the Japanese aircraft started destroying the American ships one by one. This attack was carried out at the Pearl Harbor base in the United States, and today we will know why Japan dared to attack a country like America. This attack was carried out at the Pearl Harbor base in the United States, and today we will know why Japan dared to attack a country like America. Why was a cook named Doris Miller awarded the biggest award in the United States, and why did the United States launch a nuclear attack on Japan? It happened that 3 years had passed since World War II started, in which Germany and Italy were on one side, while Britain, the Netherlands and France were on the other side. There was no part of America in this war. America was completely neutral because due to the losses in World War I, America wanted to keep itself completely separate from the war in Europe and Asia. But there was one country that was constantly harassing America, and that was Japan. Due to the lack of natural resources near Japan, Japan was constantly occupying neighboring countries so that it could meet the demands of its natural resources. Japan had already occupied large areas of Korea, Taiwan, and China. In the Pacific Ocean, Japan also had an eye on the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. But the problem was that Malaysia was a British colony, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands, and the Philippines was a colony of America, which was neutral. These countries did not feel it was right for Japan to occupy other countries because behind Japan was actually Hitler's hand, and Hitler was the enemy of Britain and America. Seeing these actions of Japan, in July 1941, America stopped giving oil to Japan. Japan did not have its own oil, but it imported 80% of its demand from America. America put forth the condition that it would first have to leave its grip on China, and then it would be given oil. This was a very difficult decision for Japan. On the one hand, if it had left its grip on China, the whole world would have thought that despite Hitler's support, it had given up its knees to America. On the other hand, Japan's hold on oil was going to weaken anyway. Japan decided that it would not call its troops back from China. In fact, it made a plan inside that it would occupy Indonesia for oil. But this task was not that easy. As we have already known, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands at that time. And to get there, it was necessary to first occupy the Philippines, which was a colony of America. Japan knew very well that if it attacked the Philippines, its retaliation would be carried out from the American naval base in the Pacific Ocean, Pearl Harbor. But because Japan was now running out of oil reserves, they had no option but to attack, not the Philippines, but Pearl Harbor. Yes, the Japanese military leader decided that he would surprise attack the Pearl Harbor base in America and blow up the entire base, so that after that, Japan could easily take over the Philippines. Japan was now quietly preparing to attack Pearl Harbor. It started preparing its fleet, which included 2 battleships, 39 submarines, 30 destroyers, and surprisingly 414 bomber aircraft. These aircraft were sent to Pearl Harbor by 6 aircraft carriers. On the other hand, if you estimate the American force standing at Pearl Harbor, there were 8 battleships, 59 anti-aircraft ships, 4 submarines, and 390 aircraft. It was seen that America had a lot of forces to fail Japan's attack, but it was necessary for them to get information about this attack in advance. But Japan wanted to keep this attack a secret in every way, so the Japanese commander decided that before the attack, they would stay away from any kind of wireless communication. The force leaving Japan was about 8,000 kilometers away, and was now only 370 kilometers away from Pearl Harbor. And this was the point from where the aircrafts were taken off to attack. This was going to be the biggest attack of World War II, in which America was not yet included. During this time, there was an African-American sailor, Doris Miller, on a U.S. battleship, which we mentioned at the beginning of the video. During the laundry collection, Doris heard a siren. Hearing this scary siren, a Japanese torpedo missile hit her ship, in which many officers, including the ship captain, were injured. Doris moved the injured people to a safe place and then went to the anti-aircraft machine gun and attacked the Japanese aircraft. She shot down a total of 6 Japanese planes without training, while Japan lost a total of 29 aircraft in this attack. After an hour and 15 minutes of attack, the Japanese aircraft returned, but they had now pushed America into World War II, the same America that was not part of World War II before this attack. The next day of the attack on Pearl Harbor, America decided to teach Japan a lesson and announced an open war against them. For the next 3 months, America was working on restoring its naval base. Fortunately, many ships were submerged in shallow water, which was also repairable. 4 months later, America attacked Japan as it did on Pearl Harbor. On August 6, 1945, at 8 a.m., a Boeing B-29 Super Fortress aircraft was seen over Hiroshima, Japan. This aircraft dropped a 4,400-kilogram little boy-like bomb on Hiroshima. Exactly 43 seconds later, there was a powerful explosion and everything went white. These were the 2 nuclear bombs that were the first and last bombs used on humans. According to one estimate, 260,000 people were killed in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki attacks. The next week of this attack, Japan surrendered to America, and with it, World War II also came to an end. I hope you will like and share this video of Facts Lab. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.